My child, I need to tell you something that will be difficult to hear, but you must know the truth. Your special person, the one you trust most in this world, just gossiped about you with another woman. What they told her about you is something you never expected to hear. I know this comes as a shock because you believe this person was loyal to you, protective of your privacy, and respectful of your trust. But divine eyes see everything, and I witnessed this betrayal myself. You've been sensing something different lately, haven't you? That feeling in your stomach when they come home, the way they've been distant or secretive with their phone. Those uneasy moments when certain names come up in conversation. Your intuition has been trying to warn you, and now it's time you learned why. The person you share your deepest thoughts with, your vulnerabilities, your private moments, they just shared these intimate details with someone else. They spoke about you in ways that would break your heart if you heard the actual words. This divine message comes to you now because you deserve to know the truth about what happens when you're not around. The conversation happened just recently, and it started so casually. Your special person was talking with this other woman, and what began as innocent chatting quickly turned into something much deeper and more hurtful. They were sitting together, relaxed and comfortable, when your name came up. Instead of speaking about you with love and respect, your special person saw this as an opportunity to finally vent their true feelings. They shared things about you that were meant to stay private. Your personal struggles, the moments when you felt vulnerable, even embarrassing details about your life that you trusted them to keep safe. The other woman listened with wide eyes, clearly surprised by how much intimate information was being revealed. She probably didn't expect to hear such personal details about your relationship and your private world. What makes this betrayal even deeper is how your special person described you. They used words that painted you in a negative light, focusing on your flaws and weaknesses rather than your strengths. They complained about things they've never directly said to your face. They talked about you like you were a burden, someone they had to tolerate rather than someone they chose to love. The trust you placed in them became ammunition for gossip. Every private moment you shared, every time you opened your heart, it all became material for their conversation with this other woman. Now that you know the truth, certain things will start making perfect sense. Remember how they've been acting differently around their phone lately? More protective of it, taking it into other rooms, or turning the screen away when you're nearby. This behavior started because they've been having ongoing conversations with this other woman about you and your relationship. You've probably noticed how they react when this woman's name comes up in conversation. There's something in their eyes, a flicker of guilt or discomfort that you couldn't quite understand before. Now you know why? They've been sharing your private business with her, so hearing her name reminds them of their betrayal. Think about recent conversations that felt strange or off, times when they seemed to be testing your reactions to certain topics, or when they asked questions that felt oddly specific. They were gathering material for their gossip sessions, collecting details about your thoughts and feelings to share later. Have you felt a distance growing between you two? That emotional gap you sensed was real. It's hard to maintain genuine intimacy with someone while secretly criticizing them to others. Your energy naturally began pulling back because on some level you could feel their lack of loyalty. The guilty way they've been treating you after spending time with this other woman now makes complete sense. This other woman in their life played a significant role in encouraging this betrayal. She might be a friend, coworker, or a family member who has been watching your relationship from the sidelines. She's someone who has always been curious about your private life, asking subtle questions and showing unusual interest in your relationship dynamics. Her motivations aren't innocent. She may be jealous of what you have with your special person, or she might simply enjoy being the confidant who gets to hear intimate secrets. She encouraged your special person to share more by acting sympathetic and understanding. She asked leading questions that prompted even deeper revelations about your private life. When your special person started sharing details about you, she didn't stop them or suggest they should discuss these issues with you directly. Instead, she listened eagerly and validated their complaints. She may have even shared her own negative observations about you, feeding into their criticisms and making them feel justified in their betrayal. This woman positioned herself as the understanding friend who truly gets it when dealing with someone like you. She offered sympathy for having to put up with your flaws and quirks. Her role was to make your special person feel heard and supported while encouraging them to reveal more of your private world. She became the safe space for criticism that should never have existed. The specific details of what was shared about you are painful but important for you to understand. Your special person talked about your personal habits that they find annoying. The way you do certain things around the house, your routines, or your little quirks that they used to find endearing. They made these sound like burdens they have to endure. They shared your vulnerabilities as if they were weaknesses to be mocked. Remember those times you opened up about your fears, your insecurities, or your past struggles? Those intimate moments when you trusted them with your deepest feelings? They turned these precious confidences into gossip material, describing your emotional needs as being too much or exhausting. Your special person complained about aspects of your relationship that they've never discussed with you directly. They talked about feeling trapped or frustrated, painting themselves as the patient, long-suffering partner who has to deal with your difficult personality. They described situations where you thought you were being loving or caring, but they interpreted your actions as clingy or demanding. The most hurtful part is how they talked about your intimate life together. They shared private moments that should have stayed between you two, describing personal details about your relationship that no outsider should ever know. They used dismissive language when talking about your feelings and needs, as if your emotions were something they had to manage rather than cherish. They even brought up embarrassing moments from your past or times when you made mistakes, turning your human imperfections into entertainment for this other woman. Every word was a violation of the sacred trust you placed in them. This conversation reveals something crucial about your special person's character. The fact that they felt comfortable sharing such intimate details about you shows they don't truly respect the boundaries of your relationship. When someone loves and honors you, they protect your privacy even in casual conversations with others. What's particularly telling is the relief they felt while sharing these complaints. This wasn't a momentary lapse in judgment, it was a release. Valve for feelings they've been holding inside for a long time. They enjoyed having someone validate their criticisms of you. They felt lighter after dumping their frustrations about you onto another person. This pattern of behavior shows they lack the maturity to address relationship issues directly with you. Instead of having honest conversations about concerns or working together to solve problems, they chose to vent to an outsider. They sought validation for their negative feelings rather than seeking solutions or understanding. The comfort they found in criticizing you to someone else reveals a fundamental lack of loyalty. In healthy relationships, partners protect each other's reputation and privacy. They don't use intimate knowledge as material for gossip or seek sympathy by painting their partner in a negative light. This betrayal shows they see your relationship as something to complain about rather than something to treasure and protect. Your inner wisdom has been trying to warn you about this situation. Those gut feelings you've been having about changes in your relationship weren't paranoia or overthinking. They were accurate spiritual insights. Picking up on the shift in their energy toward you, you may have had dreams that felt unsettling. or woken up with unexplained anxiety after they spent time with this other woman. Your subconscious mind was processing the change in their loyalty even before your conscious mind understood what was happening. The feeling that something was off between you two was your intuition detecting their emotional distance. Remember those moments when you felt less connected to them, like there was an invisible wall between you? That barrier was real. It's difficult to maintain genuine intimacy with someone while harboring secret criticisms and sharing private details. With others, your energy naturally began protecting itself from someone who wasn't fully committed to honoring your trust, even children or pets. In your environment may have sensed this shift, becoming less comfortable around your special person, or acting differently when they were present. Animals and young children are naturally sensitive to changes in people's authentic energy and loyalty levels. Trust that your inner knowing has been accurate all along. Processing this information requires wisdom and self-respect. Your first instinct might be to confront them immediately, but divine guidance suggests taking time to absorb this truth before taking action. Making decisions while emotions are high rarely leads to the best outcomes for your well-being. This revelation shows you exactly where you stand in their heart and mind. Actions always reveal true character more clearly than words ever could. Now you have the information you need to make informed decisions about how much of yourself to invest in this relationship going forward. Protect your privacy from this point on. Keep your intimate thoughts, struggles, and personal details to yourself until you see genuine change in their character. Don't share new vulnerabilities that could become future gossip material. Your private world deserves to be protected by someone who truly values it. Observe their behavior with new eyes, but don't announce what you know immediately. Sometimes silent awareness gives you more power than confrontation. Watch how they interact with this other woman, notice their guilt patterns, and pay attention to whether they continue this betrayal or begin showing genuine remorse through their actions. Remember that you deserve someone who speaks about you with love and respect even when you're not around. This experience is teaching you to value your own worth and expect loyalty from those closest to you. Divine protection surrounds you during this difficult revelation. Angels are watching over your emotional healing, sending you strength to process this truth without becoming bitter or losing faith in love itself. This painful discovery is actually serving your highest good by showing you the reality of your situation. Watch for signs of guidance in the coming days. Repeating numbers, unexpected messages of encouragement, or sudden clarity about your next steps. The divine realm is actively supporting you through this challenging time of awakening. Trust that this revelation came at exactly the right moment when you were spiritually ready to handle the truth. This experience is developing your discernment and teaching you to trust your intuition more deeply. The wisdom you gain from navigating this betrayal with dignity will serve you throughout your life. You're learning to recognize authentic love versus convenient companionship. Thank the divine for exposing this truth before more damage could be done to your heart and spirit. Sometimes the most loving thing the universe can do is reveal what has been hidden, allowing you to make choices based on reality rather than illusion. Your healing and growth are already beginning.